There you go. It's time. Welcome back. Welcome back, brothers and sisters, Talking Studio Heads lovers. We are back. How are you today?
Um, Good. What about you?
I'm fine, thank you. We have
Great.
a very positive topic today to talk
Yeah.
about, which is hopefully and fingers crossed the light at the end of the tunnel, which is the post-COVID situation. We are
Yeah.
seeing, we are just seeing that several um, clubs or events are
Event.
getting back again, and it was almost time after almost 2 years. We are all missing these, and we are approaching to a brand new, kind of brand new life because it's not the old life, a little bit different, but we are so excited to be back to our life, to our clubs, to our gigs, to our,
Yeah.
to, to our beloved,
Mhm.
beautiful things that we usually did. Now we are still, we are having so many parties back. I've just seen some clubs reopening again in the USA, in the UK, pretty much all over the world. I've seen something brand new in Spain as well, and something was moving in Italy again. Not all the all the clubs here in Italy are still closed for several reasons, but you know we are all sides of seeing that everything is moving properly. I
Mhm.
don't want to say, even though we have some new variants like Delta or they're saying Lambda one as well, but I think that vaccines or whatever,
Yeah.
anyway, they are doing their job. So how are you about this topic? I mean, what do you
So
expect in the next few months?
there was a security check
Yeah,
last week with the government, and
they're in Belgium.
you know how this country works. So it's going to take a while before it
Yeah.
gets back to normal. The thing is, by the time we see this, I played at a festival which is called Legacy Festival, and
Okay.
it's all possible thanks to the COVID safe app
Mm-hmm.
that I have installed on my phone with my both vaccines, because I got the vaccines myself, both Pfizer for those interested, and
Cool.
no side effects. I'm all nice, and I have the the 5G chip inside now, inside my body.
Mm-hmm.
That's a joke, of course. There is no 5G chip in the vaccines that you get from
Of
the
course,
government.
of course, of
But
course,
the
of
thing
course, of
is,
course, of
so
course.
back on topic. Sorry, I digress a bit, but it's just
It's
that
all right.
now that it's back to normal, you will see different things happening. First of all, it's far from being normal.
Exactly. This is what I
The
was trying to say.
situation
It's
we
not
are
our fault.
in, the situation we are in makes it very difficult for promoters to put great events together. And if they want to, they have to do so in a record time with a
Yeah,
very tight
true.
budget. So my prediction is that it's going to have major consequences on the DJ market. And because of that, we will all face the side effects of COVID, or COVID in the next years to come. I'm talking here about half a decade before we can get back to a certain normality. And before that, we have to keep hanging on something financially, in terms of marketing and everything.
Yeah, true, true.
And it's going to be really hard if you're not a well-established artist. I'm dead serious about it. This is going to be really,
True.
really, really hard to make a name of yourself if you're starting out today or tomorrow with new
Yeah,
records, because the music industry
true.
has reached
Absolutely
its
true.
lowest bottom in decades, and there seems to be something happening with the NFT market and everything. So this is not over, far from. But on top of that, promoters, they just want to cash in at present time because they have to cut their losses of the past years, which is absolutely normal.
Yeah,
and this is why they will head to the safety values when it comes to performances and DJing and events and everything. So it's going to be a big break in terms of the evolution of our scene and of our respective scenes. And I'm afraid this is going to be really hard for artists in the next years, especially when they're not very well established. But this is not at the end of the world, you know. We just need to keep focusing on the positive side of things. There is something happening with NFT and cryptocurrencies right now. It could save our economies, our global economy in general. And this could have a very beneficial effect on the DJ market, but also on the music market in general, because we are talking about concerts, we are talking about, and what's going to happen is that now the middle class, let's say the mid-size events and acts, will kind of have to reinvent themselves. That's the case for you, probably, for me as well. So but on the other hand, the top things, they won't cash in as they used to. And this is going to have a beneficial effect for the smaller artists on the longer term.
Exactly.
If they take this with a pinch of salt and know exactly where to go with their respective path, they can make it big time in this new world.
True.
This is what I could foresee like last year, and we both thought that it would last just a few months, and it took the world, and it's taking the world at least 5 years to recover from that.
Honestly, I really think so as well, actually, because if I start considering that this is something we have to, live with in the next, in the next at least 5 years, because I don't see anything, that's changing in months, because it's so unreal. You know what I mean? So everyone in this industry must reinvent yourself. I'm not talking about doing another job or whatever. Oh, if you want to do, of course, you are always free to do it. But what I'm trying to say that if you are a musician, if you are a producer, you really invest or reinvest yourself into something which is in terms of musically speaking, which is a little bit different of DJing or whatever. But you can still DJ, and it's honestly to myself, it's really challenging. But I love this, because I'm seeing myself do something a little bit different, which is not only making tracks or being a DJ. I know, of course, I'm missing a lot of my old life, you know what I mean? But I'm seeing myself doing a lot of different things, and I'm really enjoying it right now. I'm talking about sound designing or creating something new, which I didn't think to do exactly, or some soundtrack as well. I'm doing a soundtrack right now. So, and it's something I couldn't believe I could do this. And I must say, it's beautiful.
Well, we could both say last year already that it would have a major impact on the music industry, and it has had a major impact on the music industry for the decades to come. But the thing is, and you and I know it, and that's the biggest piece of advice that I can give to aspiring producers and musicians who make their little tracks in their bedrooms and everything. Don't wait for the gigs to come to you. Do not, just more than ever before, do not wait for miracles to come.
Because I
and
think if they
be
want
smart.
that, yeah,
Think outside the box.
yeah,
Get
exactly.
get things done, but everything will have to happen online. And focus on your art as much as possible in the very same way. Be smart. Think outside the box.
Yeah,
Market yourself. And I'm telling you, I'm telling this to you as well as to myself, or
yeah.
to Guy, obviously, or everyone
Sure, of
watching
course, of
this
course.
episode. It's very important to reinvent ourselves
Sure,
more than
definitely.
ever, and this is gonna be hard. We are all facing the same um, the same frustrations and the same difficulties right now.
Yeah,
And of course, for the next months to come, the people who used to dominate the market before COVID will dominate it even more. The
oh,
question
definitely.
is, can you see, just like Guy and myself, that the same people will suffer from the moment that actually the cash in operation doesn't seem to be working properly,
Yeah,
and promoters and everyone in the consumption chain has to turn to alternative ways,
exactly. We do
alternative
something else.
streams of income.
Yeah,
And this is where it's going to make a major difference. And this is where you have to be there.
yeah,
So keep hanging. I wouldn't say work hard, work smart.
yeah,
Work
exactly.
smart. Please, guys, be smart more than ever.
True,
And you
absolutely.
can make it just like we can make it. And you will see, you will be very happy in next years to come with it.
Yeah, we're gonna face a situation with the, thinking about the box and try to be, yeah, definitely smarter and, to see uh, with a different perspective, which is something we didn't have before. And again, reinvent yourself and see what is happening in the next month or in the next years. But nothing will be the same. So be creative because nowadays there are so many tools to be creative, to reinvent yourself in a different way, even inside with music, even still mixing your music. But I think
I'm,
music is sorry.
I'm sure we can go back to a few tips and tricks in creatively
Sure, I'd love to.
creatively relevant in these times to actually it happened to me with wave state, and then the mud wave with Korg, and then the sound packs and everything that I generalize in my everyday workflow. Uh, but it doesn't stop there. There is so much you can do to actually have a substantial stream of income, at least one, uh, with music. Even though it doesn't cover all your bills, at least it will cover some of them. And I'm sure we can come back to this specific topic in a future episode of Talking Studio Heads.
Sure, definitely.
And but nevertheless, thank you everyone for watching.
Exactly.
And there is so much to cover when it comes to the new world we are living in, and I'm sure that Guy has terrific ideas in his head, and I would love to hear them.
I was thinking about this morning, but I will tell you another time. So time time to say goodbye right now. Thanks a lot
Time
for
to say
watching.
goodbye and see you next week for another episode of Talking Studio Heads with the one and only Guy Barone.
One and only Mr. Laurent, Aka Wave, Airwave. Ciao
Take
for
care,
now.
everyone. Ciao,
Thanks a
ciao.
lot.
See you next week. Bye.
Ciao. See you next week. Bye bye.